At Wargaming Fest, we announced the release of the Polish tech tree in 2018. It is time to lift the veil of secrecy and share details about the development of the new vehicles. Why did you decide to create a separate tech tree for Polish vehicles?
When we started, we were actually considering one more option, and that would be actually European tree as a combination of different nations. But not long after, we decided that for Polish community and for the size of our players, the pure Polish tree would be actually much better. So not long ago, I would say somewhere in 2017, we finally got to pretty good space where we decided, okay, you know what, at least let's go outside with something. So that's why we actually released Poodle, because we felt fully committed behind the Polish tree. But still, fairly speaking, we still didn't have the tier 10 that we would feel comfortable. But nowadays I can say we have actually a tree that we think is gonna definitely make the Polish community proud.
Why did development of the Polish tech tree take so long?
The biggest problem for us probably was the content at the end of the tree.
We wanted to create at least one full line of vehicles, as we did for the Czechoslovakia tree. We had enough candidates for low tiers, but we faced problems when we started searching for vehicles for tiers 8, 9, 10.
We wanted to make something that will go from the beginning till the end, be consistent, be cohesive. And so I would say it wasn't so much about the development itself, it was much more about digging into archives, going through all the documents, going through the real vehicles. We were really going through every single combination, and it doesn't look like, but it takes ages just to go through the archives, go through museums, really gather all the material.
In the meantime, we started to work on symbols for the Polish nation, emblems, inscriptions, the flag, and crew. Developers from Minsk discussed every step with the team in Paris. We corrected spelling mistakes in inscriptions, discussed the shade of red in the Polish flag, and picked emblems. Few people know that the red in the Polish flag changed several times over the last 100 years.
Even though we would love to actually be much faster, it's unfortunately what takes the most of the time while we are developing the completely new lines of vehicles, especially in case of something so important for us as, for example, Polish. But I think the time that the players are waiting is going to be worth it.
This year, the Italian tech tree will be released earlier than the Polish tech tree. Why will the Polish tech tree be released later?
For Italians, we actually had a little bit more materials, and we were much closer actually to the Italian tree from the get-go, because there was lots of possible combinations, and it was more for us about polishing which ones are we gonna pick. With Italians, we were pretty much set, and it was much easier for us to go through it. For Polish, we had to actually spend a little bit more time in the archives and digging the data.
What vehicles will the Polish tech tree include, and how historically accurate will they be?
For Polish, it's going to be a combination. So at the beginning of the tree, there's going to be much more historically accurate. There's going to be the long-awaited crust that the community was talking so much about. So at the end of the line, they are going to be completely made up things. Of course, we are still using the materials from the archives, so they have been at least thought through. They were pitched by either universities or by some engineering groups in Poland, but they are still actually things coming directly from the napkin. Regarding the structure of the tree, it's going to be combined tree. So it's going to be starting by the LTs, going to mediums, and ending with some heavy tanks.
We considered several options. One of them was to use Polish modifications of Soviet vehicles. And part of the community was ready to accept such a decision if this would have introduced the Polish tech tree earlier. However, in the end, we gave up this option. The game already has Soviet clones, and such vehicles would not be of interest to the wide European gaming community.
What is the current stage of development of the Polish tech tree?
For us right now, we are just about to actually hit a super test. So we already have done the research, we've done the first pass of modeling and some first balance touches. Now we need actually the players and the super testers to get their hands on it and give us feedback. How are we actually doing? Is it good? Does it feel solid? To get the data that either supports that it works or will tell us that we still have some work to do. Plus, as you might actually notice, we've been already testing the new map, Polish map Studianka. For the trees, we are always trying to actually go up with together with the premium or with the line with the map from the region. We decided for Studianka because we felt like historically and for Polish nation, it's definitely some really important event during the Second World War.
We hope you will like the Polish tanks, and we look forward to your first comments on the vehicles that will become available on the Super Test server.